This morning we have an update on the drought monitor. Now portions of our area, including EBR Parish, under an exceptional drought. So the scale goes from 0, which is abnormally dry, all the way to 4, which is exceptional. And so we are at the top of the scale. Otherwise, we have D3, which is extreme. That's the lighter red color. And so the drought conditions will continue to worsen until we at least get beneficial rain, several inches of rain, a break from the heat as well. So yes, we've had some spots picking up several inches of rain on any given day, including today with some intense thunderstorms, but it's going to take at least some time to at least improve with our drought. As for right now, we have this cold front that is still to the north. Out ahead of that, we have some storms, more so closer to I-20. Those are being triggered by the actual front. Meanwhile, here we have some outflow boundaries, sea breezes, land breezes, and that has triggered some showers and thunderstorms this afternoon, early evening, and these storms could pack a punch. So more on that in a minute. But with this front, it's going to bring rain chances, not really going to bring a substantial change to our temperatures, but for our humidity. You see how dew points are in the 60s, followed by the 70s, and so it's going to take a little bit of time for that dry air to catch up to the actual front. But tomorrow the front moves in, still going to be pretty swampy, making it feel like the triple digits. But then Saturday and Sunday, you're really going to notice it, especially Sunday when we're waking up to the 60s. Here's a live view from our sky cam. 98 degrees, feels like 109. This is at the airport, but you see off in the distance, dark skies. We've had several severe thunderstorm warnings just this afternoon, evening. Now, I mentioned outflow boundary. You see this one line, it's being picked up on the radar, and so that acts as a mini cold front. So winds pick up, temperatures drop, and then storms develop. Usually once this outflow boundary moves to the west and moves out of the area, that again provides some lift for some thunderstorms to develop. So we have storms generally east of Baton Rouge as of 6 o'clock, and we are expecting these storms to gradually drift to the south-southwest. We actually have a new severe thunderstorm warning for portions of Assumption Parish. Gusty winds, large hail will be possible. Here's a look at the HRRR model. This is showing more storms persisting through about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, even 10 o'clock, and we could have some more showers moving in late tonight from the north if they hold together. But all in all, most of you will stay dry after dark tonight. Just be on the lookout for these storms through about sunset or shortly after. 76 degrees tonight, and then tomorrow mid and upper 90s. Going to feel roughly between 99 and about 106, so we don't have any heat alerts in place because of that front moving in. Then we turn the page to Saturday. It's still going to be hot, but you'll notice the humidity will gradually drop throughout the day. Best chance for rain will be to our west, and it will be early in the day. Then Saturday night, we're in the 60s, lower 70s. It's going to be more so closer to daybreak on Sunday, but then Sunday it's going to be hot, just not as humid. So it's going to be more refreshing in, at least relatively speaking, versus what we've been dealing with. So the future track to time out this front, you see this is tomorrow morning, likely going to pump its brakes as it nears our area. And with that being said, it's going to slowly move through the area. Some showers will start to develop by about midday, but we could have a complex of storms just racing to the south out ahead of the front by the afternoon, early evening. But you see about 6 o'clock, give or take a couple of hours, the front slowly moves to the south and most of the rain comes to an end. However, I still think we could have a couple of showers out there during the evening. Then Saturday morning, here's about 8 o'clock. Cold front is moving offshore and then going to stall itself out over the northern Gulf. But we'll have clearing skies on Saturday. Winds will begin to pick up as well. So looking at your game day forecast, Southern versus Jackson State, kickoff temperature about 91, but it's not going to feel all too bad. For the tailgates, that's when I think we could have a shower or two. Most are going to stay completely dry without any issues for the game. 92 at kickoff around 6:30, of course, in Death Valley. Few showers are possible early in the day. That's for tailgating. Just make sure you grab the water bottles and, of course, your sunblock and your sunglasses as well. Next week, temperatures will be in the low and mid 90s. Rain chances will start to come up about midweek. Wednesday, Thursday could actually have another front moving in. Meanwhile, in the tropics, we have Hurricane Lee, a Cat 4 hurricane. Thankfully, it's still in open water just to the east, roughly 700 miles east of the Leeward Islands and northern Leeward Islands, and it is expected to continue to intensify into a Cat 5 hurricane. Likely going to be sometime tonight, and it could have wind gusts up to about 200 miles per hour. Again, going to be out in the open waters, staying north of the Lesser Antilles and Hispaniola. Now, I do want to stress that the National Hurricane Center is also saying that until we get some data from the hurricane hunters, which should be tonight, it's going to be difficult to tell where it's going to go past next Tuesday. Some models have it starting to curve to the north and moving between the East Coast and Bermuda. Some models also show it getting close to the East Coast and kind of riding up the East Coast. So we'll see, but it's not going to be a threat to us. Meanwhile, there's Lee, and then behind that we actually have Margot. That's going to be our next hurricane, but it's going to stay in the open Atlantic, so not going to impact the United States. So again, once we get through tomorrow, some showers, some thunderstorms, they could be pretty intense. Saturday's going to be nicer, but Sunday is going to be nicest. 95, Monday still going to be hot during the day, but our mornings are going to be so much nicer in the 60s, lower 70s, and then our rain chances return Wednesday and Thursday.